Hello, this is Silo1 with a new video review, and today I bring you the Revoltech EX, the Evangelion test type Unit 4 equipped with a RapidBorer from Evangelion The Real 4D Experience 2.0. Now, this figure is a limited edition that was on sale only at the Universal Studios Japan, I think it is, with some sort of 4D short theatrical I think it is a short video of some sort that, well, it is a reimagining of the final battle of Evangelion 2.0 with the 10th Angel. And this EVA is a special unit that appears there. So they made this figure to commemorate it. It was on sale only, I think, at that spot at the Universal Studios. It is, as usual, sculpted by Katsuhisa Yamaguchi, and it is heavily based on the Revoltech Evangelion Evolution Unit 4 that he designed, except that it comes with these enormous hand drills, the RapidBorer equipment that you can see here. I'm going to show you in a while. And, well, this EVA is hard to come by. I bought mine at Mandrake. Kind of expensive. It cost me 7,000 yen, which is about double the price of a regular Evangelion figure evolution. But it, well, I'm going to say it's really worth it, at least for me, because EVA Unit 4 is one of my favorites, and those handrails they really do look amazing. So they use the box format of the last Evangelion units from the Evangelion Q figures. It uses the very same mold of all the Evangelion Evolution line, but it doesn't say Evangelion Evolution, nor does it have the flipbook cover. Well, let's open it so that you can see it now. Now, I'm going to be going slowly with this one because this limited edition is by far the one that has been surprising me the most. You see, the inside of the box, which is normally white, comes with this illustration of a city in ruins. I think it is obviously Tokyo 3, but these things are normally white, and this caught me by surprise. I really wasn't expecting this. Another thing that I wanted to point out before I go on is that I won't be using the regular bases that I use. I don't use Revoltech ones. I use some by Kotobukiya, I think it is. But this EVA comes with a different set of a vase. This one is the one that came with the figure. It's not the traditional Revoltech vase. It is a V and a J shaft and a V and a couple of joints. No, this is a really good vase, an octagonal transparent vase with metal screws and a clamp on one side. So I'm going to show you in a while. But this is really, this is really exciting. So now let's go on. The figure comes here with the blister. We can see practically everything that comes with it. It's all wrapped in plastic, so it also does not have the traditional black blister on the back. It's all transparent, which is a surprise. It's normally all black, so it comes with all the tiny hands. We have the EVA figure itself. Let's go this way. And it has some plastic on the shoulders, on the neck, on the torso. So I'm going to be removing all this plastic, and I'm going to be back in a while. So, well, wow. This EVA is, pictures don't do justice to this figure, I must say. The figure, as you can say, is the same as the regular Evangelion Unit 4 that was released separately and along with Evangelion Mark 6. But you can see a lot of different paint here and there. You can see red on the pylon over here. You can see red on the chest, white on the red parts of the chest. Red, this piece was dark gray on the regular figure. Now it's red and with a few white lines. There are a lot of red and white highlights on across this figure, and it really looks cool. It really makes this EVA look really unique. Now, the color is amazing. I don't see smudges anywhere. I would really love to see these figures all the regular figures online be constructed with this much care. But hey, this is the point of a limited edition anyways. So the color, it's all silver. It's a complete silver chroma. No, how do you call it? Chromed silver. It doesn't seem to smudge or anything or chip. And surprisingly, it is also applied on the rubber parts that are flexible. Usually those parts were, if I recall correctly, they were molded on gray, but were not as shiny as the rest of the figure, because the paint would crackle with the rubbery parts on top of the rubbery parts. So yeah, this figure is amazing. Another thing that I noticed is that the hip joint, the Revoltech joint that goes here on the hip, it's colored dark gray. On the other Evangelion Unit 4, it was white, and it kind of stood up a lot on the figure, so they corrected that. Now, another thing that I've noticed is that all the joints that you can see here on the chest and the ones on the knees are like matte black. They are not the traditional joint, the traditional Revoltech joint that it's kind of shiny and that really stands out. Those parts are supposed to be opaque, not glossy at all. These are even with some sort of I don't know what's the word for that. Relief? Is it the detailing? I don't know, but they look really good. They don't look as plastic, so to speak. And it's really cool, actually. Now, how about, well, I'm going to give you a bit of a background on this thing. This is from a theatrical, as I said, it's from a theatrical short, which is the Evangelion the 4D experience, that is from the Universal Studios in Japan. It is a reimagining of the battle at the end of Evangelion 2.0, where we can see Asuka in Unit 2 and Rei in Unit 0 and Shin in Unit 1, and this Eva is piloted by Mari. And, well, it's simply for showing something in 4D. The short, I think, was aired at the beginning of 2016. Yeah, I think it was at the beginning of this year, because this figure was not released until March or May, when the event was almost over. I think that in the event you could only make the pre-orders and they would be shipped to your house. So this is why that is why this figure is so scarce. This is barely the third one I've seen at Mandrake, but well, I really like it. I'm a big fan of Evangelion Unit 4, and all the tiny details that they added here and there are simply amazing. Now, the Eva is, as far as I know, all this extra equipment was designed by Ikuro Yamashita. For those that don't know, Ikuro Yamashita is the designer of the Evangelions. In Evangelion, we have Hideaki Anno, who would decide how the characters would feel. We have Yoshiyuki Sadamoto, whom was the character designed. But Ikuro Yamashita is the designer of the Evangelions themselves. And he tends, if you see his art, you see that the Evas that he draws are more on the side of the traditional mecha than an android, which is what Evangelions are. If you want to see something that is clearly his, you can see the Evangelion F-type unit. That has Ikuro Yamashita written all over it. And probably I think that he may have designed a lot of the things that you can see in Evangelion anima. I don't pay much attention to it, but it has that feel. So, in the short, I don't really know the plot of the short completely. I do know that this thing is a giant drill. You can actually see it spin. It's held in with a peg, so that you can spin it like this. And it's a very interesting weapon, actually. It's a short-range melee weapon that really, well, it's very creative, actually. But, oh, damn. So this is the problem with not having a good base. It's the special effect part that comes with a lot of the Evangelion Q figures. So yeah, it's really cool. Again, I'm saying that a lot. But well, the articulations are exactly the same. Oh, another thing about the articulations is that I feel them a lot tighter than the regular Evangelion Evolution line. Normally you could see move them very easily, but now they feel, even the smaller ones feel very tight. Like you can put something in it and it's not going to fall over, and the articulations on the knees are really good. The articulation is really good on this figure. They are tight, they are really good, and not because it's new, because other Evas, even when they're new, you can see that they are a lot softer. This is not the case with this figure at all. Sorry, tape. Now, about those giant drill things. Well, you can see on the left arm of the Eva that it is supposed to be on standby mode. Given what I see, the forearm of the Eva should, this thing should like pop into position in here. And why? Well, because there is a hole here where you can put this thing out and insert it in here, just like this. I'm going to show you in a while. But how do you put it on standby mode? Well, for starters, you have to take it out of its tiny bag. It has a lot of plastic again. This is what I was telling you about. It has plastic protecting it everywhere. I have taken like 15 pieces of plastic. It's really cool. And this tiny piece here is actually the one that goes in this tiny Revoltech joint on the elbow of the Eva. This design of the elbow is unique to this Eva. You're not going to see it anywhere else. And like this. So it goes like this, and this is how the Eva is on standby position. And I guess that when the Eva goes into combat mode, these parts would like engulf the arm like this. So it has this thing in here. So it's probably going to be like, oh, for the love, this thing is so hard to balance with those things on these arms. Gotta hell. Now we have the arm. We can pop this thing out. You can pop the arm out. Then you put this thing back in here to cover the hole. And with the joint of the elbow, here you take it out, you put it in here. The pegs are also surprisingly loose. You almost have to put a screwdriver on those the first time you use them, but now they are very fine. They're okay. Now like this, and here you go with the Eva on like this. It's really cool, actually. I can only imagine the damage that this thing would cause. Imagine being punched with something this heavy that is drilling. And talking about drilling, it comes with a couple of special effect parts that are wrapped in plastic too. Nice. So it's supposed to be the spinning drills. It's a special effect part. You take this part out, the drill themselves, and then you put this one in here, so that the Eva is seen punching into the ground. But I'm going to put it on a vase because I cannot be holding it like this for the rest of the video. Now, this is the vase that I was telling you about. Comes with this Eva. I'm going to make a little close up here. Oh, sorry. I'm going to make a little close up. You can see that it's a transparent part, a shaft that has screws on it, and it goes to the back of the Eva like this. I am extremely surprised that they changed for the first time the vases that normally come with these figures. It's really cool. It has articulations. You can see that it's perfectly holding the weight of the figure without much problem, without bending or falling on its own weight. It's really cool. They should have done this a long time ago. Now, I'm not sure, but I think that the legacy of Evangelion's lineup comes with this type of base already. This is the first time that I've seen it. But I recall that somebody said that at least the Evangelion Unit 1 from the Legacy of Evangelion series comes with this type of base, which is a nice change, obviously. Now, you can see here some details on the head. Just so that you can see all the tiny colors that went into this thing. The giant drill and all the colors here, the special effect part. This is the other drill without that thing on. You can see that there are a lot of highlights everywhere on this Eva. Normally, I tend to believe that all the Evas were designed like this, but instead of, I believe that they would have been very hard to animate with all those details on top, so that they simplified them. If you see the Evangelion with the Ikura Yamashita paint, the Evangelion Unit 1 from the original Revoltech, you can clearly see that it has markings here and there, the flag of Japan here, text everywhere, and I simply don't see a 1995 cartoon with all those details on top. At least not a TV series. But well, this figure comes with 2 special effect parts, one for each arm, and one thing that surprises me is that it does not come with the storage box, the storage box, the rubber container. All the hands are inside of the blister, and I'm not going to spend much time on them because it's the same set of hands that comes with all the Evangelion Evolution line. We have the rifle holding hands, we have, I'm going to show you real quick, rifle holding hands, the karate chop hands, running, grasping, we can see these that are like relaxed palms, and knife holding hands. It's what I like about this line. It comes with all the hands so that you can change the weapons between all the Evas, because they did not all come with them. So I'm surprised. It's something good about this mode. It comes with just the right amount of hands to swap the weapons among all of the Evas. So, well, this is pretty much it. It's a really cool figure. It has all the articulation, all the movement of the regular Evangelion Evolution line, and with a lot of extras, I must say. Although those drills are simply amazing. And yeah, I'm really curious to see what is the story with those, if there is some sort of lore or what. I think that in the movie, in this short, the Eva Unit 4 actually sports wings, some pterodactyl-like wings that you can see here. But they did not make those, and I don't know if they were just for the commercial, just for show, if it is actual flight or levitation or just hovering around with the AT field or what. But it's really cool. I'm happy with this, honestly. And if you're a fan of Eva Unit 4 and if you are a fan of these outlandish things that they tend to make, then this is definitely a good figure to get, if you can get it, because honestly I waited about a year to find it, and when I ordered it, I was really happy. I don't live anymore here. I'm at my parents' house, and I have all my collection here. So a funny story, the figure arrived, and my sister received it for me. I was out of town, so when I came home on weekend, she had asked me when it arrived what it was, and I told him, oh, well, it's my Christmas gift from myself. And by the time I had gotten home, my sister and my mother had gift wrapped the Eva, and I have not been able to open it for about a week. I knew what it was, and everyone knew what it was, and I was like desperate because, oh come on, I have been waiting a whole year for that. And they were like, well, you waited a whole year, you can wait another week for that. So yeah, Christmas gift from me, from myself, the limited edition Evangelion Unit 4. And yep, this is going to be it. The Revoltech EX, it doesn't have a number. The Evangelion test type, oh, it's test type. I didn't notice that the first time. The Evangelion Unit 4, I think it was announced like the Evangelion Next Generation test bed, if I recall correctly. Here it is labeled as a test type Unit 4 equipped with a RapidBorer from Evangelion The Real 4D 2.0. Sculpted by Katsuhisa Yamaguchi, and released on the Revoltech line by Kaiyodo. So, yep, this is pretty much it. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas to everyone. And I would say visit my blog or my Tumblr, but I honestly don't have any time to post there anymore. So I'm going to be reviewing the rest of my collection in here. And yep, thanks for watching.